digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Unmuted. Yeah, there we go. Big up to everyone. Welcome to THFC to a Die Home, Tottenham past present, and the exciting future, of course, under the cockerel, under the mighty Tottenham Hotspur, as we travel to Old Trafford tomorrow to take on Manchester United in a game, in a game where it's vitally important we get 3 points tomorrow. Yes, there will be a predicted lineup out tomorrow morning as well, which is being pre-recorded tonight. But joining me, of course, seeing us through Old Trafford, seeing us through, can we win up there? We've got a good record up there, actually. We're unbeaten in the last 8 Premier League games against Manchester United. Is Tequila. Tequila, what's your hopes for tomorrow? At the moment, it's been drawn, lost, drawn. So are we expecting a loss tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, United are going very well under Carrick, obviously. Maybe we should have swooped in for that one. We'll find out. They're doing very well under Carrick. I already think they had a better team than us anyway. I think they had a better window than us as well. I remember saying that to you at the time. I think we would have taken the majority of their players. And they're 5th or 6th now, aren't they? So they've really turned it around, don't they?
They're the most improved team. They out of the whole Premier League. I think even out the top 4, they've closed in Arsenal the most than any other team in the top 6, which says what you want about them, really.
I mean, yeah, it's probably a little bit presumptuous to assume that they've just turned the corner and they're going to be like amazing again. That's probably not. I don't think that they're at that level yet, but it looks like they've got a good chance of getting back into Europe. And yeah, I'm not expecting us to get anything. Then again, call me negative, many do. I don't expect us to get many points in the Premier League. If we were playing in Europe, I'd probably expect us to win because that's how it seems to go. But domestically, I don't think we're going to beat anyone, Dermo. Sorry, I don't. I have no faith in this team whatsoever. And then you look at all the injuries and everything like that. I mean, it's a bad time to be playing United, bro.
It is. We are going to go through that. I want to say big up to Ryan. Say big up to you, Ryan. How are you? Say big up to him. I hope you're well, bro. I am fine. And thank you very much for your message yesterday. Really appreciated it. Really do. It's very kind of you. I agree with Rain. Rain said something on Dave's show the other night, and I think a lot of more fans are going to do it. Is he's not going to watch the first 15 minutes of the game tomorrow out of protest. We did have Billy on transfer deadline day for from Change for Tottenham. I've said it before, and I keep saying it, that we need to get behind this protest. I have it in the background. Fans built this club, Enoch out. You've known me in this channel. We've never really been a sort of a protesting channel. We've always been down the middle. Praise if we do, criticize if we don't. I think these owners do need to go. Do you agree with fans now? If you can get to the protest, do something that makes you happy, that you feel you are protesting against this thing. I know the thing not to buy anything or not to buy anything from the club or not to go anything into the shop. But if you feel you want to do something, isn't it?
I mean, I'm pretty I suppose extreme or intense, whichever word you want to use, on my feelings towards giving them money. It's nothing I haven't said in the chat. I don't think that many people are as extreme as me. I don't really, sorry about that. I don't really understand why anyone gives them money and then complains. I just can't get my head around it. I know that a lot of people have argued with me on this, and that's fine. But for me, it just doesn't compute. Rain is an interesting case because obviously, bless him, he buys a season ticket, and at least Rain got up at the 75th minute. And I know he said that he went back, but at least he initially got up. So many people didn't, Dermo, and that for me was very heartbreaking for me. I'm going to ask you. I didn't see all of the change of Tottenham fella. How many did he give an indication of what his expectations were?
He didn't. In a way,
How many, so he didn't suggest, oh, I'm hoping there's going to be X amount of people that do it or anything.
No, I think we are going to get Billy on again because Change for Tottenham. And I think it's something we need to get behind. If I'm being totally honest, I think it's something we need to get behind. I think the problem is too many fans that say they will protest didn't turn up against Man City. Too many fans. Too many fans are saying, I'm going to do something and not do it. Now, I walked off the stream last week for a minute.
Yeah, I know you did.
I had to go to the loo anyway, but it consigned in me. And I am going to continue to do that as my protest against this ownership. You know, the away fans tomorrow are going to be singing the Kulu Enoch song. We've got to point fingers at the right way. It cannot all be Thomas Frank's fault. It cannot be manager's fault. Mrs. Tron says to me, and she's right, it is the players. The players have to take a major responsibility in what they're putting out there. You cannot choose when to turn up and when not to turn up. You cannot choose when to play and when not to play. You were paid by a football club damn good money to go out and kick a ball full of air around for 90 minutes plus. It's not like you got the most strenuous job in the world to do, to be fair.
I think, Dermo, I think honestly, mate, right, it should be, I understand about people who go there, right? If you live near the area, even if you don't, and you're rich enough or healthy enough to take the trip down there and do the protest, by all means. If you're someone like you, Dermo, who's in another country, or if you've got someone like me who's got health reasons, there's good reasons for a lot of us why a lot of us can't get down there. The best you can do is your own kind of individual protests. Now, I'm only going to speak for myself. I've been protesting against Enoch for 15 years. They have not got a penny off of me. The last thing I ever gave to Tottenham was I bought one of their season reviews DVDs. And do you want to know what year it was? The Berbatov and Keane year. That was the last time Spurs got any of my money. And before you say, well, don't you have Sky Sports? No, they don't get TV money off me. They don't get a penny off me. That's my personal protest. They get nothing off me. If Enoch go and I feel like I trust the owners, I'll probably start buying the DVDs again. I don't get Spurs play. None of it. I'm not saying look how great I am. It's saying that's my personal protest. And everyone should have their own individual protest, whatever that is. But everybody should be doing it. Dermo, if your individual protest is going off at the 75th minute on your streams, then that's fine. At least it's something, right? I'm not saying one's better from another, but it's all going to be an individual form of protest. And that goes for everybody in the chat as well.
And
you guys can probably all think of something that you could do that would be your own version of the protest.
And I mean, you can call me a hypocrite because I will buy Spurs play because I need it for the channel. I need it for the content that we create. I need it for doing the watch-alongs for the pre-season. I get it. I get it off my membership. That I do get it for the. I go to 1 or 2 games a year. That's it. I'm either going to I'm going to 2 games, going to the one in March and then one in May for one of the last games of the season. But that's my choice to do that because I need Spurs play like for pre-season and all the information that I need it.
Well, it's a little bit different if you need it for your job.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna,
And look, when it comes to buying merchandise, all these tops come off a third-party website, come off Cool Gear, and good quality they are as well. So I don't buy. Tottenham do not, apart from my membership and the Spurs play, which I do get reduced. I get it reduced because I buy a membership. Because I am part of the Kildare Spurs group. That's all I buy of Tottenham. I don't buy anything else of them. I don't buy anything in the stadium when I go there. Because A, it's too expensive, and B, I can get it. I'd rather support the pubs and the burger vans around the stadium than inside the stadium. But I think we all got to do our little thing. And I think, Rhino, you want to do that, but you do it. And if it makes you feel better, then good for you. Big up to Wayne Bonner. He says, good evening, folks. Hope you're well. 3-1 Spurs tomorrow. Coys, yeah, absolutely agree. Big up to Ed as well. Big up Dermot and Rain was big up in Tequila tonight. So sorry about that.
He wrote another one and changed it. Bless him.
I did. All right. It's a must-win match. Coys from snowy Hamburg in Germany. Big up to you, Ed. And yes, I keep warm in Hamburg. Big up to Cyprus Spurs as well. Big up Dermo. Big up to you, Cyprus Spurs. And big up Giant 68. Big up to Big up Dermo and Tequila. Big up to you, Giant 68.
Yeah, Giant.
Doing well, bud. Big up to Rhino, been a member for 6 months. Big up to you, Rhino. Thank you so much for the loyalty and the commitment you've shown the channel. That was a good way to start the show. Happy 21st. Thank you so much, Rhino. Thank you so much. But I am 21 again. Yes. There we go. There it's exactly the same. Belated happy 21st birthday, Derm. I hope Mrs. Tron had a yeah, I'm not even reading the rest of that out. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the rest of that out. Yeah, I'll leave that to your own imagination. Big up Jared. Yeah, Shamrock and Dundalk was called off tonight. Waterlock pitch. Some of the other assets, the Irish, the League of Ireland games start tonight. It's the start of the football season here in Ireland, League of Ireland. So yeah, we start in December and got all the way through the summer. There will be League of Ireland games being shown live as well in the summer, guys. We are going to cover the League of Ireland as well. Have to really, don't we? Being an Irish Spurs channel, we should look back at the National League. Is Kulu likely to be back, or is he injured, career-ending one? He has been named into the Champions League squad. Killer, were you surprised by that? Because I was slightly. Hopefully, good news.
Well, we don't need help in Europe, Dermo. We're the 4th best team in Europe, or whatever. 4th or 5th, aren't we? So
yeah,
there you go. Who knew?
Yeah, who did know? Big up to Gerald. Yeah, big up to you, bud. Big up to Rodney as well. Big up Coys. Yeah, big up to Gerald. Big up, gents. Big up to you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Rhino says, Dermo, I said I would either do last 15 or the last 15. Well, whatever suits you, bud. I'd be very sad. I am very sad. Don Levy's gone, but he done so much for the club. We are going to get into that. We are going to get into that because these shares. I've got some news on that, guys. Oh, why I haven't been putting up about the shares because there's been no news about. Now, other channels have, And that's down to them. Everyone's got their own sources. Everyone's got their own way
Dermo,
of getting the news.
do you agree with Gerard's comment now that Don Levy's done so much for the club?
He has done good, yes, and I will praise him. And yes, there is criticisms, but if you look at the club how it was run, we may not agreed with it, but I think it was organised well. I don't think it was all his fault. I think it was more Enoch's fault, and I've said it quite 100% time and time again that I don't trust Enoch will show their true colours in this window, and I have been proven right. They have already shown their true colours, what they're like. You can blame whoever you like. You can blame Paratici. You can blame Lang. You can blame whoever. They're the ones that are supposed to give the money to buy the players, and they didn't. So I think Enoch now.
Are we,
for me,
Demo, are we really doing this though? Are we really at the point now after 6 months that now there's a clamouring for? I'm not saying you said this. I'm just saying I'm asking the question. Are we clamouring for Daniel Levy back after 6 months?
I think people. I don't think we're clamoring back, but we were more organised. You think about how many jobs Levy did in Tottenham, and now there's been a change. You have to bring in extra people to do them jobs, but I don't think. Answer me this then: do you think the Lewis family have the know-how or have the knowledge to run Tottenham Hotspur Football Club?
No, but I also don't think Daniel Levy did either. So that both things. My point is that both things can be wrong. Just because these guys seem like they're useless doesn't mean that Levy was fantastic. He was okay. You'll never hear me say bad about him when it comes to the financial side. But as a football club, which is what I care about the most, I think we've had dumb and dumber. We've gone from dumb to dumber, or dumber to dumb, whichever way you want to look at it.
It's more number twos running the job, isn't it? Lang was
it's more money people. We've gone from a banker to now some more bankers. It's more money people, bean counters, whatever the terms are. Bean counters to more bean counters. It's like, no, can we just get a football person in charge, please? That'd be great.
I don't think football's like that anymore. I think football is more about business. I think football is more about making money. But the only way you make money is being successful. It's being successful, and that's the only way you make money. I just don't think.
I think Daniel Levy's actually proven you wrong in there, Dermo. There are other ways to make money. You create a massive stadium and rent it out to Beyonce every week. That's another way you can make money as well. But yeah, being successful also helps in that area. But I think Levy's proved you wrong, Dermo. I think just staying in the Premier League, having a massive stadium, renting the stadium out every month.
Yeah, I look. I've got no problem with that. I've got no problem with the boxing and with the concerts in the summer or the NFL. I've got no problem with that. A football stadium stays empty for a good part of the year, half the year, doesn't do nothing. So if you can, I've got no problem with the go-karting either. It's all investment, isn't it? It's all money that's been pumped into the club, but that money's got to go in the right direction.
Well, that's
the problem I have.
None of us would be slagging any of this go-kart stuff off. We do it because we kind of have to, because the football's so dross. But if we were successful on the pitch, I mean properly successful on the pitch, then people wouldn't care there's a go-kart track. You're right. People would probably saying, well, it's great there's a go-kart track. The money's being reinvested into the team properly. It's gone towards the wages that we know we don't pay enough of. And there'd be no backlash at all for it, Dermo. The backlash is because we're so crap on the pitch.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Big up to William. He said, if you don't buy in the stadium, you put people out of jobs, the club don't care. Well, the last bit's right. Club don't care. Big up to Jared. Happy 18th, Dermo. Cheers, Jared. Thank you very much. Big up to Beto777. The fact is that the board is in disarray right now, down by the Levy being gone. Frank in more season, God willing. Frank in one more season. Oh, please no. Just no. Just please no. I don't want any more Frank Ball. I can't even watch his press conferences now. They're so bloody boring. I fall asleep to them. Big up to Giant68, a member for 7 months. Big up to you, Giant68. Always in the chat. Every show. Never misses a show, Giant68. Never does. Coys, let's batter United. Damn, deluded again. I know you're being me. You're being my deluded little world. We're going to win 4-0. Of course, we're going to batter them tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. Where's the lucky scarf? I've got the lucky scarf ready. We've never lost with the lucky scarf yet. We haven't lost yet. The lucky scarf is making us. It will be making its appearance tomorrow. Don't worry. And Cyprus Spurs becoming YouTube member. Big up to you, Cyprus Spurs. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. We are going to try to do more member stuff for you members, but we will. So do bear with us. Do bear with us. Big up to Edfield. Big up to them. Tequila Coys from Snowy Hamburg. Big up to you, bud.
Right.
Question to you, Tequila from Rhino. Tequila,
Okay.
would you be missing the 15 minutes of the game? Would you be missing 15 minutes of games, whether it's the last or the first 15 minutes? Just asking.
Oh, I think you're more likely to get drama in the last 15 minutes. So I suppose if it just from an entertainment perspective, I guess I'd probably rather to arrive late than to miss an exciting ending, unless of course you want to get out of the stadium and get to your cars quickly. And if that's the case, if you want to beat all the transport, then the last 15 minutes is going to be your bread and butter, because you'll get out of the stadium fast and you'll get home faster. So I don't know. Entertainment wise, I'd probably miss the first 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
If that answers it, Rhino.
Right, we've got Gerard here. He says, okay, I don't know. Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
look. Yeah. To answer your, I'll answer it, Dermo. If you want to, if you don't want to touch this one, I will. Yeah. I never said he was a clown financially. He did great stuff for the club on a financial basis. On the pitch, yes, he was very much a clown for his tenure. And it actually backs up what I said as well, because Dermo, please back me up with this. You know more about the history than I do. It's our driest spell under ENIC, isn't it?
It is. It's our driest spell since the Second World War.
Well, then, so that would suggest that he probably is a bit of a clown, no?
So we last won a trophy in 1921. We didn't again win anything until 1950, 49-50, when we won the second division championship. So I know there was a war between it, but they're still classic, as from trophy to trophy, we went through that period of not winning the trophy. Look, in my point of view, nobody said on here he was a clown. Nobody called him a clown.
Oh, I'll call him a clown for his football now. So I never called him a clown financially. So I don't mind. Calling him a clown.
And also, look, for me, he done brilliantly off the pitch. Are we missing him now? I think he's causing mischief now. And we will get on to that. Why? I think he's causing mischief, and I think he's causing some sort of headache. And I think that is probably one of the reasons why we took our eye off this window. I think the other reason is Paratici came out today, didn't he? And he said in his press conference of joining the club that little dig that Fiorentina's owners are more ambitious than the Tottenham owners. Now, what does that tell you? And
it tells me a lot of things, Dermo.
It does. It shows that if you have the right people in the right job, then you get more out of it. Everyone can slag off the Glazers, right? And rightly so. But Manchester United have been really successful under the Glazers. They've won major trophies. And any manager that's gone in there, they've won something. Because A, they backed the manager. B, did not scare them spending money. And C, they will sack a manager and bring another manager in if they feel it's the right thing to do. We're not like that. Yeah, we sack managers, but we don't back them. We don't back them with the players they want. And that's the biggest problem. We've had Mourinho, we've had Conte, we've had Pochettino. None of them managers were backed and didn't win. Ange Postecoglou wasn't backed. Yes, he won us a trophy, more than what all them other managers did. But if them other managers were backed with the right players that they wanted, we would be just as successful under Levy and ENIC. And a lot of people blame Levy, right? Because he's the face of the organization. He's the face. Nobody sees Joe Lewis. Nobody sees any of ENIC. And then so everyone sees Levy. He is the picture that everyone's got to throw darts at. He's the person everyone's got to throw vile abuse at. We're seeing it for what it is. We're seeing it. ENIC were the main problem. Yes, Daniel Levy was a problem. But was he a major problem? No. I think ENIC were more the major problem. And I think having Levy there suited ENIC at the time, where they think, well, he's going to get the abuse. He's going to get the chance, not us. So we'll leave him there. And I think there was a little bit of that in it as well. That ENIC were sort of being shielded by Daniel Levy. Now Levy's gone. Enoch are now finding out very quickly, hang on, our bluff's been called. And they're the ones with the money. Daniel Levy didn't have money to spend. He had no money to pump into Tottenham Hotspur. He wasn't a self-made billionaire. Simon Jordan even said this on TalkSport. He wasn't the man with the money. He couldn't put his hand in his pocket and put money into the club. It was down to Joe Lewis and Enoch. They were the ones that had to put the money in the pocket to put it into the football club. So where I agree Levy deserves a lot of criticism, I think Enoch should get the same criticism as Daniel Levy got. And a lot of people won't give them that. I don't understand.
Okay, I mean, I don't really see them that different an entity. I was willing to give Enoch an ever so slight benefit of the doubt. I said I'd give them till the summer window. I'll stick to that because that's what I said I would. Doesn't look promising at all. They don't seem like they know what they're doing. But I also said that I'd have my answer by the summer transfer window. Unfortunately, that does mean wasting a year. It sucks. And it looks like we're getting the answers that I think most of us expected it was. But I'm not going to change my mind like that. So I will still give them the summer transfer window, though I expect it will be more of the same. But then I personally will have my answer. Dermo, you wanted them out right away, and that's fair enough. And it could be that it's going to go that way. What I can't join you on though is this. I'm not saying again that you're saying this, but this kind of idea that Levy wasn't that bad. He was, and he worked alongside Enoch. Don't act like. No, I don't mean you. I mean let's not act like he was not in communication with all of Enoch, and they weren't one and the same. And he wouldn't have lasted as long as he did as a chairman if he was doing such things that Enoch didn't want. So he was placating Enoch just as much, right? Was he the devil? No one ever called him the devil, right? But he was the custodian of Spurs. He was designated that role, and it was always him and not Lewis. Yes, Lewis owned it, but Levy was always the guy under control. We both know, Dermo, that Lewis would go to one game a year. If that?
Yeah. He didn't even go to many. He didn't go to, I think he went one game a season.
That's what I mean. So one game a season. So yeah, the de facto owner was Lewis, but it was Levy's baby. And everything right or wrong, Levy should be accountable for, both the good and the bad. Financially, off the pitch, he deserves a lot of credit. On the pitch, we had a League Cup ages ago, and we had the Europa League last year. Over a 25-year period.
So we did reach a lot of finals on the potch, and a kick here and a kick there. We could have won 2 league titles.
Yeah, but then we can start saying, then me and you've already covered this, Dermo. If he would have backed Poch after the Champions League final, what coulda, woulda,
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of coulda, woulda. Yeah, there is. But I'm just putting it out there that, from my own point of view, this is nobody else's point of view, this is just my own point of view, that we can blame Levy, we can blame Enoch. At the end of the day, when the players cross that white line, it's down to them to perform. It's down to the manager to get the tactics right, and it's down to the players to perform. And the players have not been performing for whatever reason. Finished 17th last season in the Premier League does not lie. Being in 14th this year does not lie. So what is it? Is it the players? Is it the tactics? Is it the manager? What is so fundamentally wrong at the football club that we cannot have a good season? We haven't won since we beat Palace 1-0 away before New Year's Eve. And from that long, it's been draw, loss, draw. And that's down to the players. The players have to take responsibility for what they're doing on the pitch. Then you got Romero coming out and slating the board, rightly or wrongly. Yeah, the fans love that. I do. Should he be doing that in public? Should he be doing it privately?
Well,
that's the question.
I've got a view on it. Dermo, I think it was very, very. I would love to know who Romero's PR agent is, because I think they played a blinder.
Yeah.
Because it automatically made him a hero to all of us, right? You have to look for it sometimes. I'm not saying what he said was wrong, but I'm saying it's very, very carefully thought out thing to say that probably his PR agent said, yeah, say this stuff. It's going to make you look like a hero to all the Spurs fans who are unhappy. You're going to come across as this hero, the brave one who's not afraid to speak his mind. Just saying.
Yeah.
I know
No,
might not agree with me,
but look, also, should he have said it? That is the question. But look, we'll get on to that. I want to get into William Wed's super chat. Big up to you, William. Thank you so much. It says Motherwell only lost 2 matches this season. Their manager is Danish. Can we Spurs do a swap? Yeah, please get him in. Get him in now.
I'm still after Russell. I still, if we're going to get a manager who's in Scotland this year, I still want Russell Brand.
Yeah, big up to you, William. Though, thank you
Russell
so
Martin.
much.
What they're calling Russell Brand? Russell Martin. Oh my God, Nick.
Russell Brand. Big up to William. Thank you so much for the super chat, bud. Really appreciate it.
Martin.
Big up to Sonny as well. It says, me too. I fell asleep. Lose interest in as his voice is so monotone and bland. I'm hoping for a decent result tomorrow. Let's hope the boys turn up. Solanke does the business. Big up to you, Sonny J. Absolutely 100%. If only Frank would have gotten back. That's the question. Frank really hasn't been back. Not like Ange, which somebody said in the chat. Knight said over by 500 million. Is that fair?
But it's also, I mean, it's over 2 years. Frank's only, I mean, you're going to have to give Frank 2 years and then get back on the numbers. But yeah, I mean, Ange, to say that Ange wasn't given money is not, it's not true. He kind of was. But there's not been a massive, I don't think it's that massive a difference, really. You can look at the players we've bought. I think if you look at the actual numbers of the fees, we're pretty consistent. As I've said this before, we seem to always spend roughly about 150 million each summer. That's roughly what we spend is about 150 million each summer. And then we'll normally go and get a player for 30 million or so in January. And if you look at the pattern, that's kind of what we do. And that's what we did this year. The only difference was that we sold Johnson to kind of cover the cost of Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. Tonight, do we want a Forest win or a Leeds win? What do you want tonight?
Out of the two clubs, I prefer Forest, if I'm honest.
Well, Forest are below us, I think. I have to see who's below us in the Premier League. It's not a case of looking above us anymore. Where are Leeds? Where are Leeds now? I'm just looking at the table now. Oh, God, they're both below us. So if Leeds win, Leeds go above us. We drop down to 15th. If Forest win, they go above us and we drop down to 15th. So 27, 28.
Yeah, probably for where we are, we probably want a draw.
A draw. Yeah. 0-0.
Yeah. Selfishly, I mean, out of the two clubs, I prefer Forest, but yeah, just from a Spurs perspective, then yeah, draw probably.
Yeah. Big up to Giant. It said the Belgium team at the Winter Olympics outfit looks like DHL. Well, Ireland are sending 4 people there, so we're bound to win something. Big up to Knights Republic. He is a businessman, not a football one. If he wasn't a clown, he would have got a body in to run the football side. He did exactly. We backed Ange over previous managers. Ange spent nearly 500 million. I know.
You can't say that he didn't get money. He did. Buying the right players, that's a completely different argument, but he did get money. Yeah,
and did win us the trophy, to be fair. But I think his argument is he done so crap in the league. We had no chance, but we had no way but to sack him, how we were. Well, saying big up to Ricky TV. He says, evening, geezer. Hope you had a blinding birthday. Where did you get the top from? Always been a big fan of Hummel, obviously, as I'm a Dane. Well, big up to you, Ricky. I got this on Cool Gear. What I'll do is I'll find the link and I'll put the link into the chat for you guys. So yeah, it's from Cool Gear.
You mean Cool Shop?
No, Cool Gear.
Not Cool Shop. Okay.
No, Cool Shop, Cool Gear.
Place I was thinking of.
Yeah. Cool Gear. Yeah, I'll link you in. I'll put the link in actually. I'll do it in a minute. While the killer is speaking. Do you stick with the 3 at the back from now? Well, I'm gonna leave me answer to the predicted lineup because I've done a surprise. I've gone with the old Aussie ID list formation. That's what I've done. 1 at the back, 1 in midfield, and the rest going up front. Big up to you, Aussie. The Aussie, the man of my dreams. Levy was one of that had the penny pinch man. He's gotten all the slack. Right, better said. Levy was the one that had the penny pinch man. has gotten all the slack. Not down to Levy. He had intentions to do great things, but our owners didn't want to spend. Not down to him. Look, I think you're right in what you're saying, but isn't it also the argument that it was down to Enoch, that the only way he could spend money was the club earning its own money? But there's also an argument that we can spend up to 400 million on FFP. So is it a case that it was everyone's fault, really, that we didn't do what we were supposed to do?
I'm just a little bit baffled by some of the comments. I mean, I'm just surprised that it's only taken 7 months before people have started defending him. It didn't take long. I thought maybe it might take a couple of years before the clamoring for let's get Levy back kind of stuff. And I'm not saying, Dermo, you're saying that. I'm saying, but it's almost, this is almost what I'm starting to hear now. Let's get him back.
I don't think anybody's asking for him back.
But it's not far off it though. It's going to get there.
I think people have a right. I think people are what they're doing.
They've got a right. They can say what you want. I'm not saying you haven't got a right to do it. I'm just
I think no, that's not get. But the point I think I'm getting at, people are probably comparing windows and comparing to what we had before to what we have now, and maybe people are comparing.
Levy was in charge last January window. What did we do then? It was we got Tell on loan. That worked well for us, didn't it?
Well, last summer, the summer we did. It wasn't the greatest summer, but we did get Xavi, we did get Palunia, we did get Mohamed Kudus.
We don't know how much of that was Levy. The summer window, I think, is a little bit harder one to judge. The summer one's harder to judge because we don't know how much it was Levy or not, dude.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. No, that is fair. Big up to you. He says, I hope Levy writes a book and tells all. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Will. Yeah, probably will. Big up to you, Jordan. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Subscription, sorry, and the notification bell if you can. Big up to Milton. He says, evening, lads. Hope you're well. Coys, big up to Milton. Wayne Bonner. Oh, Rhino's put in the super chat. Big up to you, Rhino.
Rhino, you're just going to call you
Oh,
Rhino.
God. Right, I'm going to read this out, right, and I'm going to leave the room. Anyway, here we go. Right. Okay. Levy was not the problem. It's been Enoch. But to the question, I asked it from a personal prove as what would you do here, Dermos? But what's that?
That's it.
Sorry.
It's okay, I'm trying to read it as well.
As would you do?
Levy was not the problem, it was not Enoch, but the question I asked from your personal point of view.
Point of view. Okay, point of view. Sorry, yeah. As would you do it here, Demo? Spend this on a late birthday present. Tequila, love what you say. Love what you say much. Well, firstly, big up to your Rhino for the super chat. Thank you so much. I tell you what, I buy me and Mrs. Tron a cup of hot chocolate out of that. How's that? That's what I'll do with that.
Is that all £10 gets you in Ireland, Demo?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Bless you.
I know. But our grass is green, the Guinness flows, the music plays.
Lucky to get a Twix over here for
that. The pubs are packed. The Dubliners are playing. The Pogues were coming on next. Dermo's drunk.
I'm just letting you go, mate. You go. You keep going, bro.
Yeah. Right. What do you say? Big up to Rhino. What do you say to his super chat? Look.
It's generous, Bob. 10 quid. Well, to me anyway, 10 quid's still a lot of money. So big up, mate.
Yeah.
And to answer the question, I'm glad that you like hearing me and Dermo. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Big up to you, Rhino. Yeah. Big up, night. Yeah, but who buys the players, Demo? Only think consistent at this club. Terrible signings every now and again. I know, bud. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying, buddy. I get what you're saying. Rick Avilia's going on your Russell thing bit.
Yeah, I know. That being said,
yeah,
Russell Brand could have been a better manager than Russell Martin. It wouldn't be that much of a stretch.
Yeah. Big up to your Rain as well. Big up to your Rain. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Big up to William. Managers are not given money. Directors of football are given the money. That's actually true. That is true, because years ago it used to be the manager was good because there was always the manager and the chairman. That was it back in the day.
I would
Now
say. Sorry, Dom. No, finish, mate. Sorry, my bad. Go on.
I think now it is the manager has his they have so many different departments now. There's the scouting department, there's the transfer department, there's the director of football department, there's the youth department, there's this and that. So they have a list of players, and the manager comes, I want A, B, C, and D. So they've got to come back with 5 different players for that position. And then he says, I want player 1, 2, 3, and 1. And they'll come back to him and say, we can't afford him. We can get number 5 on the list. And I think a lot of it's to do with that. And I think down to direct, it's about having a good director of football. When Paratici wasn't just in charge in himself, we had very good windows under Paratici. Not everyone was right, but they were damn good. Paul Mitchell, another good director of football. But you got the likes of Johan Lang. And I still cannot believe Steve Hitchen gets away with murder, even he's not been at the club for so long. For the amount of crap he brought in.
What do you mean he gets away with murder? We all kind of think he was rubbish. Who doesn't?
But nobody says it. Nobody calls him out on it. I've never heard.
Me and you always saying how rubbish he is.
I know. I'm saying here, but if people are talking about previous director of footballs on other shows I'm watching, they always miss out Steve Hitchen. I'm thinking that man deserves an absolute limbasting for what he did.
Maybe it's by design, Derma. Maybe it's like, you know, when you have trauma and you block it out because you can't remember to think about it.
Maybe
he's that bad. We've all blocked it out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably true. Big up to William as well, but big up to everyone that's in the chat as well. Big up to Giants. Just hit the like button, smash that like button, and take out a membership. You know it makes sense. Big up to you, Giant. Very good to you. Do a big up to John. He says, "Here's to the Pogues." Big up to you. Yeah, big up to you, John. Hope to you. And he said Frank Arneson was one of the best for me. He turned us back around in the good side with Martin Yo. And I think a lot of people do go back to that, don't they? The Martin.
My quick rebuttal is, as much as I loved Yo, you got to remember that Santini was actually the manager they brought in. He just only lasted a month. So Santini was an absolute bust. And then we kind of got, I say lucky, but it's all, I mean, if you remember, you heard Joel's interviews, he was kind of like, when I realized I was under Santini, I knew that I'd only have to wait a month or two to get the job. And that's what he really felt. I love Martin Yole so much. So I can't hate Arneson because he gave me Martin Yole. So I've got to back that up.
What I want to do very quickly, guys, is to give you a little bit of breaking news. This dropped into my inbox yesterday, and that was my birthday. I wasn't doing any shows yesterday. So this is the first chance. There will be a video coming out on this. There is more information as well. But what I've got for you a little bit is that US investors, Brooklyn Eric and Hong Kong financier, good luck with this one, Dermo, Nan Wing Fa, sounds like a bloody Marvel character, something like that fella with all the 10 rings. Nan Wing Fa could conclude a deal for Daniel shares. So that is the latest I've got. A little bit more in it, if I will expand a little bit, is now at this stage, whoever buys his shares will not have any say in how Tottenham Hotspur are run. Right, that is for sure. But Tequila, the question I will be asking, and when I do the pre-record on this, I will be pointing this out. I think this is a backdoor into buying out Tottenham Hotspur. I think a takeover could potentially be in the works. What do you reckon?
To be honest, I could care less what Levy does with the shares. I'm actually quite fed up of hearing about Daniel Levy full stop. I thought that maybe after he'd gone, we'd finally be rid of the Spectre, but it looks like people want to keep talking about him. I heard what Simon Jordan had to say. Interesting, because obviously he does know Danny Boy. Is it a backdoor? I don't know, Dermo. But as you correctly said, though, them by themselves won't do much. But maybe you're right. Maybe it will be a backdoor for someone. But we've heard the takeover stuff a lot. I think we all want it to go, though. I mean, even though I've just said a minute ago that I'm willing to give them the transfer window, they'd have to do something amazing even for me at this point to really not want them to sell now. Because I just think I just want rid. I think I'm just rid, all of it. Yeah,
I agree. But look, for me personally, I think I think this is where the problem come with the window. I think there is a war between Enoch and Levy. I think Enoch tried to devalue Daniel Levy's shares so they can get them on the cheap, with them saying he was doing dodgy dealing under the books and everything, which I think he's the last person I think would do any dodgy dealing. And I do feel it is a war between Enoch and Levy at the moment. There's a fallout between him and the Lewis family. And I don't think the Lewis family have covered themselves into any glory either. I think they haven't got the balls to make a decision on Thomas Frank. They haven't had the balls to make any tough decisions at the football club, and we're rudderless at the moment. There's nobody really in charge. You don't hear from Peter Carrington, who's supposed to be looking after whatever he's looking after. Vinay just keeps coming out with more BS than anything. He thinks we're Arsenal and that we're stupid fans and that we're going to listen to him and it's okay. We backed Arteta and we kept backing Arteta and we're going to do the same thing. Get over it, Vinay. Okay, come out, apologise. You failed the window and tell us why. Instead of coming out, and there were notes in the first home game. We tried. We've already heard it. We tried. Tried to do what? Who did you try? We tried to go on Simonia. Yeah, that could be a name you can give the manager, or just say that we tried to get him. And we're all gullible, like we all fell for it. Yeah, right. Okay. Please leave. Go back to Arsenal. That's where you deserve to be. Big up to you, Gixie Mac, as well. He says, we've got Jared Domo. Do you think footballers should get paid during the summer holidays, or should they sign on the dole office? Levy could have saved more money by giving it. Yeah, let them go down to the local intro office and sign on the social welfare. Yeah, that'd be funny. Big up to Adam.
What are you talking about? Why did that?
No.
Why did he ask that question? I'm trying to understand. You want just picture some of those footballers going into your local job centre. Picture that image of them getting out of their Ferraris and going into the local job centre.
Gerard and me have this sort of back and forward in the chat. It's really funny. Like he'll come out with something. Big up to Adam McFarlane, says Enoch out. Gixie says Enoch are absolutely taking the mickey out of Spurs fans. Bunch of con men. Good crap. Beto says that would be a breath of fresh air, new blood, new understanding, and potential to be a great thing. I agree with that one. And do you know what gets me, Tequila, right? And I said it last night. The night before. We all hounded Alan Sugar out, right? And we all protested. We all got together. Some of it wasn't done rightly, but we all did it. We all got the change we wanted. And I'm looking back thinking, was Alan Sugar all that bad? He wasn't the greatest chairman, but he put his own money where his mouth was. He did bring in players like Jurgen Klinsmann and Popescu and Dimidescu after the 94 World Cup. When we did get banned from the FA Cup, had 12 points deduction and I think £500,000 fine from the FA. He took the FA to the highest courts in the land to prove to them they were wrong. And he got us back into the FA Cup that year under Jerry Francis. He wasn't scared to spend money either. He improved White Hart Lane a little bit as the best he could with the money he had. So the question I'm sort of asking you is, should people show Alan Sugar a bit more credit than he deserves? Than he gets, actually. Because he was the first people to come out at the start of January telling Enoch, put your money where your mouth is, spend your money.
Excuse me. The problem with Sugar is that because he's become such a mainstream celebrity with The Apprentice and all stuff like that, Lord Sugar, you even got to call him, I'm not going to call him Lord Sugar, but that he's become a little bit of a caricature a little bit. So I think people maybe, because they see him that way, they're going to struggle to give him credit. But just as a football chairman, I don't think he was that bad. I'm not saying he was amazing or anything, but there you go, Dermo. Would you have rather than Sugar for 25 years or Enoch?
Well, I would rather Alan Sugar.
There you go then.
I mean, people don't give him credit, and people should. He saved our football club. He didn't have to come in and save us going to the wall and save us going to Midland Bank and White Hart Lane become the latest Tesco's shop and car park, which we were vendor old block of flats being built on where the stadium was. So in many ways, fans seem to forget that. And I think it was also Tequila, I think it's a generational thing as well. Many fans, younger fans, don't remember us nearly going to the wall, or or remember us nearly going extinct, or being very close that we're about to go out of business. I don't remember the nights of news at 10, and that's all we could get back in them days. Was the update was only from the 6 o'clock news, or news at 10, or news at 9. And yes, we were very close being bought out by Robert Maxwell. If a lot of people don't know who he is, ask your mum and dad, or look on Wikipedia who Robert Maxwell was. He was a big criminal as well. So I think people that have just known ENIC have a right to be upset with the ownership, but I've seen a lot worse. I've seen it, and so have you, Tequila. I've seen this nearly go out of complete existence. And I think that is a lot worse. That is more, yes, not winning anything and struggling in the Premier League is upsetting. Yes, it is, but I've seen a hell of a lot worse too.
Unfortunately for me, as you know, Dermo, it is unfortunately for me, because my Spurs fandom just it's like we were joined at the hip. Just happened to just take place more or less the same time that ENIC bought. So 95% of my memories, unfortunately, is of ENIC and Levy. So I've seen videos. You've sent me videos, and I'm a little bit envious, a little bit, Dermo, that all I've known is ENIC. That's another reason, really, I should want to get them out, because I just, as somebody's put in the chat, it's something fresh and new, and I think I've said before, we need to burn it down. They're not going to do that as much as I want them to. So what's the next best thing is just a completely fresh start, as much as we can, with new ownership. I think. You
mean this?
I would rather have that happen, yeah, and then we can rebuild it. We might not be able to play. Oh no, I guess we can go back to Wembley for a couple of years while they rebuild everything there. So.
Yeah. Do you know, it was actually Philip Brady sent me that a long while ago. I've been trying to find out when to use it, and when you said what you said, I thought, I've got to bring it up. Yeah, he sent me that when we lost to Arsenal. It was funny. It did make me cheap. But no, I love what people think. I know time's a great healer, and time's memories can play havoc on people, and that people can look back with rose-tinted glasses. But yeah, the 80s were good. We were very successful in the 80s. 2 FA Cups and UEFA Cup, League Cup finals, Cup Winners' Cup semi-final. We nearly won the league a couple of times. We had the 87 side that did so well with Glenn Hoddle and Chris Waddle. We were lucky. We were lucky. And yeah, we had the Terry Venables side, which was a pretty good side, actually. We nearly won the league one year under Terry Venables. Did win an FA Cup with them, and that's so shocking as well, Tequila. I was 12 years old. No, 13 years old the last time we won an FA Cup. And I'm 49. That's shocking. That is so long. That is too long. It is mind-boggling. It really is.
Well, I mean, we've had the discussion several times about who we want to come in. And as I said to you the other night, it's like, I don't know, I'm starting to think all these owners are just the same. It's just like, which is the lesser of all the evils, Dermo? You want to go the whole owned by a state, or you want to go a whole owned by a bunch of billionaires, or would you rather just kind of one man, like a kind of Roman Abramovich, who there isn't really any of them anymore, but someone like that. You want a sugar daddy, Dermo?
There is no Jack Walkers anymore.
There's
no Jack Walkers to go out and like Jack Walker did with Blackburn, or the Edwards family did with Manchester United. And also, God, I meant to say at the start of the show as well, I did stick something up on our X page today. It is the, oh God, I think it is the 50th anniversary? 50, hang on.
Oh, of the plane crash, yeah.
No, it's the 60th anniversary of the Munich air disaster. So our thoughts are with and I know it's 60 years ago, but I think we should still pay our respects to the Busby babes who lost their lives that night. And a lot of them were really, Duncan Edwards, I think, who would become probably one of the greatest players the world has ever seen. Sadly lost his life, and and that's when football can rally around. Football, this is football. This is the other side of football. We may be a tribal sport. We may be our teams are the best, but when something like that happens, the league rallied around United back in them days. So look, to all the Manchester United fans, I know we're playing tomorrow. We know we've got a few that come in here. We do remember the Busby Babes Munich disaster, and we should never forget what happened on the 6th of February 1958? I think it is 1958. Yeah, should never forget. So it's not 60 years. It's 50. I think. Yeah, 50. Yeah, 58 years. 58 years since that tragic night. 1958.
Demo's checking.
$68 years, yeah. 68 years. See, Mrs. Tron, who is the boss of the channel, who is the manager, the boss from behind the scenes. See, she's the brains also out of she's the brains out of the outfit. She's the good looking, the brainy one, and I'm just the woolly rag.
Hey, look, I know the bosses. I'm not arguing with that.
I know you're not arguing.
I'm not saying a word, no, mate.
I think all our subscribers know that Mrs. Tron's the boss, really. The brains. She's the brain. She's got the looks, the brains, and the body. She reminds me of who's it now? I've got to think. She reminds me of who's the lead singer? Stevie Nicks. If you want to look at Stevie Nicks in the 70s, that was Mrs. Tron in the 70s. And look at her now. That is Mrs. Tron now. She is a dead ringer to Stevie Nicks. That's what I call her. She's my Stevie Nicks. Pick up the Sunny, third in 89-90. I think with Venables, that's right. I got the video of the season at my mum's still. I think on LOL, either 88 or 89. I was 7 or 8 years old then. Yeah, there must are not. There's not many years between us, Sonny. Do you know all these years of the season now are like you can find them on YouTube?
Yes,
actually.
Yes, yeah. They're pretty much
so
all been transferred to YouTube now.
Yeah, so there you go, Tequila. You don't have to buy it. You just look it up on YouTube now. And still
that's
nil.
Well, that's true. I wouldn't have to give no money for Enoch that way. Yeah, I might have to do that.
There, nil as well. Right, let's crack on with this, guys. We are going to end up soon because I've got to get on to the Man United agenda. So do follow me over there at 9. Yes, I'm going. Yes, I'm braving Mr. B and Tony, the Arsenal fan. Yes, I know it's 2 against 1, but I'm big enough to fight my own corner. Right, we are going to talk about Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, we have played them Tequila 67 times in the Premier League. We've drawn 15. United have 39 wins in total, 24 at home, 15 away. Tottenham only 19 total wins, 8 at home, 5 away. Right, this was one of the questions I was going to have for a Man United fan, but we'll ask you, Tequila, if you can pretend to be a Man United fan for 2 seconds. Just change your allegiance. Yeah, okay. If you can. Your most famous, for you as watching Tottenham, 2 games, which is your most famous Man United win and which is your most famous Tottenham win against Manchester United? Or memorable game if you were for Man United. And then
if I'm a Man United fan, it's the game where were we 3-0 were Spurs?
Not that one.
3-0 up, and then
3-0 up. Yes,
they smashed us. They won 5-3 or something. Yeah. Am I right?
That's where the comment comes from, Fergie. Don't worry, lads. It's only Tottenham that came in that game. Yes.
I mean, that was a dark day. We talk about having dark days today. Can you imagine if that happened today? Imagine if that happens tomorrow.
They still want sack, Frank.
He couldn't survive that one.
No, he could. He could survive that one. But anyway, okay. So that, and what was your most famous Tottenham one?
The Tottenham one, at least the one I remember the most. I wouldn't say it's the best one, but the one I always remember was Mendes' goal because we should have won that bloody game. Demo.
Oh, is that the one when he went over the line?
Pedro Mendes. Yeah.
Oh, God, I remember that.
That was such BS, Dermo. So that's the one that always comes to my head, even though I know it was just because of the bloody injustice. So that always sticks out to me, mate, because it's just like, come on.
We were so
Come on.
it was so far over the line.
Yeah.
Even Roy Jones, not Roy Jones, Stevie Wonder and Ray, what's his name? Ray something. Ray Charles would have seen that was a goal.
Yep. That
It's
always
shocking.
sticks. That always sticks on my head, Dermo. I can't help it. And we had a very good result against them last year. As much as I have my
Yeah.
fun with Ange, that was a very good result last year. I don't mean the fun one. I mean in the league. Was it 3-0 to us? And we
Yeah, it was.
completely smashed them the whole game. It was one of
Yeah.
our best performances the whole season. I mean, to be honest, we kind of beat them every time last year. We were all over them last year. I don't think it's going to be the same this year, unfortunately. But
No,
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
sadly, it is not.
2008. Yeah, Pedro Mendes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for me, I think the worst would be the 5-3. For me, the best when we beat them 6-1 under Mourinho in the pandemic, and we went up there. They scored a penalty,
Oh,
and we
yes.
went on fire.
Oh, I completely forgot about most of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a dot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I beat there. Sorry. Right. Okay. So yeah. So that is it. Let me know the guys' best Tottenham memory of your worst and best.
A lot
when
of
we
people
beat-
have put in the 5. A lot of people agree with me
Yeah.
on the 5-3 loss.
Yeah.
I think Knights of Old Public agrees with you. The 6-1 win. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. We will get them up. Big up to David Clark. It says Leeds are winning 1-0. That's us down to 15th. Come on, Forest, get an equaliser. Come on, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, want to draw.
Season stats: Manchester United are 4th in the league with 11 wins, 8 draws, 5 defeats, and 3 clean sheets. Tottenham Hotspur are 14th in the league, 7 wins, 8 draws, 9 defeats, and 7 clean sheets. We've got more clean sheets than Manchester United, and that's actually, I checked that 3 times. That's correct, which is kind of shocking. Yes, recent form: Manchester United unbeaten the last 5. They've got a few draws there, but they've won their last 3 in the bounce: 2-0 against City, 3-2 away to Arsenal, and 3-2 winner at home to Fulham. Tottenham Hotspur haven't won in the last 5. The last win coming away to Crystal Palace before New Year's Eve. We've got a few draws in there, so draw, defeat, draw. We know what's coming next. Also, the last 5 games, Tottenham are unbeaten in the last 8 against Manchester United. In our last 5, we've got 3 wins and 2 draws. A couple at our stadium, a couple at Old Trafford as well, but rarely looking good. We've got here the referee tomorrow, of course, is Michael Oliver. Stuart Burr and Nick Greenwich are the assistant referees. Sam Allison is the 4th official, and Paul Turney. I'm sure Rain's gonna love this, because he hates that referee. So do I, and I think we all do. Paul Turney is on VAR. We should be renamed VAR, VA Man United. That's what it should, because it'll all go for United tomorrow. Look, big up to everyone. Look, I am on the Manchester United agenda at night, so do get over there and let me know what you think, guys. The key, look, let's get your score prediction, bud. How do you see the game planning out tomorrow? And if you could, 3 sort of questions. So how's the game going to pan out? It's got sort of found for formation you want Frank to use, and your score prediction.
I think prediction-wise, I don't think they'll destroy us. I do think they're going to win. So I would say like a 2-1.
Yeah,
I could maybe it's a 3-1. It might be a 2-goal deficit. I'll go for 2-1. I don't think we've got much of a chance of winning, unfortunately. I do think they're in good form. I think Carrick's actually proven a lot of people wrong. How I want us to set up, Dermo. God, we got so many injuries. If we can barely field a team, that is. I don't like 3 at the backs. That's a personal pet peeve thing, right? But if it's working and if Frank feels like that's the way to go, I will go with Frank on it. I still prefer the 4-2-3-1, but with the personnel stuff like that, if Frank feels that he can do a 3 at the back, then do 3 at the back. But I don't like the 3-4-3 Dermo. I'm sorry, I can't. I never have. I've never liked those formations. What about you, bro?
Well, I won't say what I've done in the predicted lineup. I
Oh
will
yes,
show you afterwards what I've done. So I will show you after the stream what I've done. But for me, I rather play a 3-5-2.
so you want the
Um,
three at the back then?
yeah,
Okay.
either that, play 3-5-2, play Xavi in the middle, and then play either. I think I've made the cock up with my.
You want a 3-5. So you want two. You want two. Who's up front then?
It probably would be Solanke and Morani up front.
Okay.
For me personally. But look, I think we are going to play a 4-2-3-1. I think that's how Frank's going to set up with two pivots. I think that's the way he's going to do. I think he's going to play Morani on the right. He's going to play Xavi in the middle, and then probably play Odebear on the left and Solanke up front. I think playing Morani in the wings is wrong anyway. I don't think it's the right position for him. But look, what do we know? We're not paid managers. And I don't think we're going to get
What are the
pumped up there.
options? What are the options? So,
Well, the options were to bring back Mikey Moore in the
well,
January window, but I think we went up. We did go over the quota, where we had a quota in the contract that if he doesn't play a certain amount of games, he'll have to come back in January. I think he has played them games now in at Rangers. Oh, why am I saying Rangers? I cannot stand them. Could he have not gone to Celtic? He would have learnt so much more under Martin O'Neill. Bring Ange home. Bring him home to Celtic. Just bring Ange home. Yeah, that's what. And for me, I'm going for a. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a 3-1 Tottenham win tomorrow. I wouldn't put it past us to actually get a victory tomorrow.
I am shaking my head, but
I know you are.
I know what
know
to
you are.
expect. I know what to expect by now, mate.
I
Surprised
never
you-
back my team.
Surprised
to
you- no, guys, he is being a little bit pessimistic because he normally says 4-1, so he's lowered it to 3-1.
Yeah, I have. But I never. You know me. I cannot back my team to lose.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
don't
know.
know.
I know.
We
it's
are
not-
in the relegation fight, by the way. I will admit that we're in a relegation battle.
I take no joy at making these predictions. It's not like I'm sitting here with a grin on my face.
No,
going,
I know
"Yeah,
you're not.
let's
I
lose
know
again."
you're not.
I
But
just have no
it's
faith in this team in this league.
yeah. And look, you and me did do the squad there before Christmas, didn't we? And we both agreed that Mickey van der Ven was the only decent player we had in this squad. Romero was the second. The rest of them,
the two centre halves are significantly our best players.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
I wouldn't mind doing one during the next international break to see if that list has changed in any way. From the performance we've seen, the likes of Xavi and people like that. So it might be interesting to do it again and see if our opinions have changed.
Well, we've only got. I mean, obviously Johnson. You have to take Johnson out, but we've only got the.
Yeah.
God, we can't even rate the poor left back. He's not even. Can't even rate him. Wouldn't even try to rate him. So we've only got Gallagher's the only one to rate.
Yeah, and Xavi really has Xavi gone up in your views? I think Xavi has, in my view. I think Xavi.
No, see, I think I had him. I think I had him as. I'm trying to remember now. I think I had him as a top 6, and that's probably still where I put him.
Yeah,
but he's in a better place than he was. He's not quite there yet for me. He's proven he's a top 4, but he's not that far off in my head.
No, I do think we do have to. We'll have to redo that video. It'll be interesting to see if we have changed our opinions on certain players, and also I think it's worth doing, and I think it is worth the question asking: who do I look? A lot of people think Pochettino's coming back in the summer, but I think it's worth having. Who doing that? Who do we want in case Pochettino doesn't come back? And I think it's worth asking, is the next manager that Tottenham Hotspur pick has to be the right one? Has to be the one that we get behind? Has to be the one we're going to have to go through the bad times? Or
don't we always say
Thomas
that,
Frank?
don't
I know we do. Look, I feel Thomas Frank deserves credit for what he's done in Europe, by the way. He deserves an awful lot of credit.
If people, well, no, I've always had the stance, Dermo, you know this, that if you can't praise Ange for the stuff he did in Europe and then not praise Frank for it. So
no, you've got to. You've got to. So we are mean to we'll do a video on that as well, guys. We'll get our thoughts on that. There's going to be a few member videos coming out for you guys that just me and Tequila's thoughts on the squad, on Thomas Frank and European adventure, and of course we will do so over the next couple of days or the next weeks or months ahead, guys. There'll be little videos popping up as a member that will get probably 15 minutes, in not even that. We'll be getting our views, and of course from all of us on the channel, me and James as well. So all of us here will be giving our views on Tottenham Hotspur as we move forward. But guys, that is it. That's the end of the build-up show. A show where we have found out that Daniel Levy was part of the circus that left town. A show where we found out that Thomas Frank likes mushrooms instead of picking better players.
Who doesn't? Mario liked mushrooms. What's wrong with that?
Apparently, Mario has now joined the backroom staff and is now running.
I think Mario would be a better director of football than Lange.
And also, Tequila, I would like you introduced to our new recruitment team.
I know what this is going to be. Yeah.
There you go. They're the lads that are going to bring Spurs to glory. But the better thing we've learned also that Tequila is very popular in my own mind. In my own mind. No. You're very popular in the Golden Triangle.
The Golden Triangle. Right.
In Marmai or Mamai or
Mammy.
No, not Mammy. It's a country.
Miami.
Burma. You're very popular in Burma. Yeah. They've erected statues of you over there as well.
Do you know what kind of place Burma is, Dermo? Oh my god.
Yeah, they've erected statues and everything for you there.
Oh wow. Love it. Dan Ashworth in. Oh, don't know about that.
Oh, mate, it's worth a show. At that 2-0 leads now. That's worth it. Look, we might even talk. Yeah, we will talk about that in the next show. Actually, it might be worth a video on that. Actually, director of football.
I mean, it'd be better than Lange. I will agree that.
Rain says Bergville could do with moving down.
Yeah, probably.
You leave my Bergville alone.
Well, he's not been having,
Well, he's been injured, bless him.
That's true. He hasn't been around that much lately.
No. The Swedish Messi. I'm still going to call him that.
No pressure
on that bombshell, we leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Do hit the like, do hit the subscribe button as well if you can. Guys, 15 minutes, follow me over to Manchester United Agenda. I'm joining the boys there for the mix zone. And yes, all your normal watch alongs will be on tomorrow. We're starting at 12:05 with the watch along, and then we've got After the Whistle as well. So do join us for that. We've got the predicted lineup tomorrow morning. That will be out as well, where we go over the team that should be picked for tomorrow's lunchtime kickoff. So we'll leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Tequila, where can people find you very quickly before we go?
Oh, just obviously on here when I can. And the Play Pouch, which is the gaming channel for a bunch of 40-year-old nerds like me. I'm the cool one, if you didn't guess. Yeah. Look out for that. There'll be more South Park soon, I think.
Yeah, I did watch a bit of that last night. It was very good.
Very funny, but make sure you watch. It's got to be after like 9 p.m. for obvious reasons.
Yeah. But do get over to the Play Pouch. Yes, me and James are going to get Double Dom Gaming up and running more in the summer than it will be before the end of the season. But yes, we've got a busy week coming up. But guys, do enjoy the rest of the evening. Come on, you Spurs. The big cockerel we trust. We never stop. Do you want to take us out as you always do?
Well, I said I wasn't going to do Ange anymore. I will say that it's just to be our mate, though, but I won't do the accent yet.
Tottenham till I die. Raise a